Hello, welcome to the channel. This video is for attic rain, leaking washroom exhaust fan, and leaking entry porch soffits. When weather changes quickly from -30 to 0 degrees in few days, it doesn't give house enough time to adjust at same pace and causes these water leaks. Frost build is very normal, but issue starts when weather suddenly changes to either above freezing temperatures or temperature rise in attic due to bright sunny day. The ice buildup begins to melt, and the rate of melting is faster than the ventilation in attic. This is called attic rain. In simple words, it means if temperature suddenly changes from -25 to 0, then attic air ventilation does not have enough time to evaporate the melting ice, and melting ice turns into water and leaks through any place where it can find its way down into the house. Attics are designed for smooth weather transition, such as winter starts from 0 and slowly goes to -30 and then slowly warms up and go from -30 to 0 in period of few months, and can handle small amount of moisture accumulation. In this typical flow, when weather changes from 0 to -30, water vapor in air changes to frost with time, and from -30 to 0, frost changes into water vapor slowly, and the water vapor is absorbed by either air or attic insulation or wood framing and slowly vented out with the attic ventilation flow. But recent weather changes made this typical transition into an issue which cannot be easily solved. For example, recently we had polar vortex and temperature last week was -40, and at the time of this video I have +1. Now, due to sudden increase in temperature, ice melting from attic can leak through ceiling port lights or attic hatch, or it can be seen as icicles or on exterior siding or soffits. Same thing happens with the use of washroom exhaust fan in winters, as the exhaust vent pipe is cold due to cold weather, and when steam from the washroom is vented, with every use little moisture freezes on the inner side of the pipe, and then when weather quickly changes, it causes leaky exhaust fan and damages the drywall. Also, in regards to entry port soffits, every time you open entry door, warm, moisture-rich indoor air escapes and freezes onto the soffits. This is not huge in one time, but imagine this happening twice a day for 1 month, and it's a very cold weather. This tiny moisture every time goes into the soffits and freezes. Factor like snow with wind gust can also bring snow particles and freeze onto the inner layer of vented soffits. If your house is a corner lot, then the porch will be getting more wind than the house in the middle of the row. And same goes here. When weather suddenly warms up, the buildup ice melts and causes water to leak down, and you can see that water on your porch. All these issues, as I explained, cannot be blamed only on contractors or how the building is designed, but it's a very drastic change in temperature that plays a big role in this issue. Now the question is how moisture enters attic or exhaust fan vent or entry port soffits. So it can be from indoor air movement or outdoor air movement. Now first let's talk about indoor air movement. So if there's an air leak into the attic through your port lights on the second floor ceiling, or if there's a light cut out, or if there's a hole cut to hang something in your house. So these tiny holes combines, for example, if there are 10 tiny holes on your second floor ceiling and they combine and becomes 2 square inch of hole, and air is continuously leaking for 2 months. So this is like hair dryer blowing air continuously from your indoor air into the attic with moisture. Also, it can be your attic hatch if it's not properly sealed or properly locked. Most modern houses are designed and built with energy efficient designs, so chances of such leaks through port lights or attics are very low, but opening attic multiple times during winter weather to inspect your attic, or not properly closing it, or making some holes in the attic, this can increase the odds. Now, from outdoor air movement, it can be through vented soffits on your roof, that if there's a heavy wind and it can bring in moisture, or snow, or it can be your roof vents that when there is an air gust coming in, the snow from your roof can go into your attic. Also, there are three main factors that plays a huge role in frost accumulation. First is indoor relative humidity. So if during winter season, if your humidity inside the house is high, then if there's any leak of indoor air into your attic, will take extra amount of moisture. Then the second point is air movement rate in your attic, which is ventilation in your attic. So the higher number of vents, the higher the ventilation. But it does not mean so. There is an amount like 10 vents or 12 vents on an average 2000 square feet house is enough. So it doesn't mean that if you increase the 10 vents to 20, then the ventilation will be better. But having few vents, like if you have 3 or 4 vents, that reduces the air ventilation. So having 10 or between 8 to 12 vents on your roof is good enough. And then it also depends on how long the cold weather is. So the longer the period, the moisture have more time to accumulate as frost in your attic. Now, question comes up is how to minimize attic rain. I won't use a word avoid here because there are certain things that homeowner cannot control, which is weather. So you cannot control weather changing from -40 to 0 degree in a week, but you can minimize attic rain by controlling few factors inside your house and outside your house to control these or to minimize attic rain. So there is no direct solution to solve this issue, but we can control it. The best way is to reduce your indoor humidity from your humidifier. Second one is ventilating your house, either using HRV system or using principal ventilation fan, which is your furnace ventilation system, or using washroom exhaust fan. These two options, the reducing indoor humidity and ventilation, I won't be explaining in very detail here, but I'll be putting a link on top right corner, which will take you to a video for how to fix condensation issue or ice buildup. Condensation and frost in attic are not very similar, but they both are caused due to this very same reason, which is high humidity. So that video will help you to understand how to ventilate your house properly. Now, third option to minimize your attic rain is checking your attic hatch seal and make sure if you have lock on the attic, make sure that it's properly locked. Then the fourth one will be don't make any holes into your ceiling to hang things. I have seen that sometime like fake plants, homeowners make hole into the ceiling to hang hooks and then they can hang the plants or fake plants. What that does is it makes a hole in vapor barrier ceiling in the attic. So now there is more chances of air leak from your house. Also, regularly inspect exhaust vent connections and laundry vent if it's in your attic, because they play a huge role. If they are leaking, then the moisture from your dryer or the moisture from your washroom is directly going into your attic and causing an ice buildup. Now, how to avoid washroom exhaust fan leak. So run your washroom exhaust fan for a few days when weather is drastically changing, especially when it's changing from -20, -25 to 0 degrees within few days. So let your fan run, and what it will do is as the ice buildup inside the pipe and inside the exhaust fan pipe is melting, your exhaust fan will vent that moisture out. I hear a lot from homeowners that their electricity bill will rise, but tiny increase in bill is way better than having a leaking exhaust fan and damaging your drywall. Then the third one is how to avoid entry porch leak. So there is nothing much that you can do, but the best way is during extreme cold weathers, you can try to use your garage door more so that you're opening your entry door less and there won't be much of a warm air leak from inside your house. Also, there's one thing that you can inspect. If your second floor bedroom, or it can be a bonus room, is hanging over your entry porch, then there can be air leak from inside the house. So usually this doesn't happen with newly built houses because as per the building code, that area has to be properly sealed or spray foamed, and usually city inspectors inspect that at insulation inspections. But if your house is built few years ago, that if the poly is sealed and it goes loose with time, so it's a good idea to get it checked, and you will need a professionals for that. Also, to add, I would say if you're having too much attic rain or too much leaky exhaust fan, and if your house is still under warranty, please ask your builder to come and inspect it, or you can hire some professional inspectors to check your house, and if there's anything, then please get that fixed. Hope this video will answer your question related to attic rain, leaking washroom exhaust fans, or leaking entry porch. If you have any more question, please leave me a comment and I will reply to that one as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, and if you like the video, please subscribe to the channel. I post video every week related to house maintenance and common house issues.